So let's start with the lesson. Okay. Lesson 2, Pinocchio becomes a real boy. Now this wooden toy is becoming a real boy. It's only an imaginary story, so it's not real, okay? Right. So this story is about Pinocchio, a wood puppet carved by Geppetto, a wood carver. Pinocchio is famous for having a long nose that becomes longer whenever he tells lies. Though a wooden puppet, Pinocchio always dreams of becoming a real boy. So he's always dreaming, he's always imagining that he is going to become a real boy. Pinocchio was truly sorry. Truly sorry means he was very sorry. Pinocchio was truly sorry. He remembered all the troubles and pain he had given to his father Geppetto. So Pinocchio's father is Geppetto. He was very sorry because he was giving a lot of trouble for him. He promised to look after his father, who had become very weak and old. Now the father has become very old. He was weak. Weak means he didn't have much of strength. He couldn't get up. He couldn't sit up. Or he couldn't do any more work. And take care of him. Take care of Pinocchio's need. So he was very weak. He was unable to do anything. Pinocchio had always hated hard work, but now he worked hard to take care of his father. See, Pinocchio never liked to work hard. Hard work he never liked. He was wanting to do all easy things. You too never do hard work, especially in your studies. Only if you do hard work, you will be able to achieve. So Pinocchio, I'm not blaming you. You must do hard work. Only then you have a bright future. Because you have to stand on your own feet. Isn't it? You can't always depend on your parents. So now Pinocchio decided he's reluctant to work. He doesn't like any hard work. But now he decided that he has to take care of his father. So he had to work hard. Now he worked hard to take care of his father. After his father became well means when he became alright, Pinocchio decided, he had already planned to save some money to buy clothes for himself. So now the father became alright, is okay now, his weakness and all is become fine, is become nice and strong. So now Pinocchio decided, he has already made a decision that he should save some money and buy some clothes for him. He wanted to buy some clothes for him. On his way to the market, he met the snail. Snail is a thing which moves very slowly. This is called the snail. Now you can find African snail, which is horrible to look at, and we feel very yuck about it. See, that is also a snail. Around your house you find small slimy things moving around. So that moves very slowly. These creatures are called snail. And they are very, very slimy. They are, you feel very yuck about it. Okay. So on the way he met, now this is only in the story, okay, he met the snail. And Pinocchio was glad, he was so glad, happy to see him, and asked where the good and kind fairy was. So now there is another character in this, a fairy. So he asked the snail, where is that kind and good fairy? Where is she? Fairy was. He was sad to learn that she was very ill. So when Pinocchio inquired the snail about the fairy told that, the snail told to Pinocchio that the fairy was not keeping well. She's not keeping well. Not well. Ill means not keeping well. Oh, the poor fairy. If I had a lot of money, I would have given it to her. But I have only 2 shillings. Take them. So he said, if I had a lot of money, I would have given for her treatment. And I don't have much of money. I've only got 2 shillings. Only, not shillings, shillings. I made a mistake, sorry. Shillings. 2 shillings. And told snail to take this money and give it to her. I was just going to buy a new suit. Go quickly and give the money to the kind fairy. So now Pinocchio told the snail, now I kept this 2 shillings to buy a suit. So that is not more important for me. So you do one thing, you take this money and go give it to the kind fairy. But what about your new suit? Asked the snail. Now the snail asked, then how will you buy the new suit? How will you manage to do that? He said, don't ask questions. He told him, you don't ask any questions. Go, snail, hurry. Come back in 2 days' time to take some more. Till now, I have worked for my father. From now on, I will work for my kind fairy. Goodbye, snail. So when snail asked, how will you buy your suit? What did Pinocchio say? You don't worry about all that. Now, so long I was working for my father because my father was not keeping well. He was very weak. I was working for my father. Now on, that means from now onwards, is going to work for the fairy, for fairy's treatment. And now take this money and go fast and give this money and get treated. And I will make more money. And after that, you please come back to me. That is what who told? Pinocchio told to the snail. When Pinocchio reached home, Geppetto asked him, where is your new suit? So now he reached back home. Now Geppetto the father asked, where is your suit? I didn't like any at the shop, said Pinocchio. So what was the reply? He said he didn't like any at the shop, so he did not buy. Was it the reason that? No, that was not the reason. He didn't want the father to know that he had given that money to the snail to help the fairy. He was just telling a lie to the father. He said he didn't like the suit. Okay. That evening, Pinocchio, instead of working till 10, worked till midnight. He made 16 baskets instead of 8 baskets. Usually he makes only 8 baskets, but now he made 18 baskets. Not 18, 16. I exaggerated. 16 baskets. That means 8 more. Double he made. He made double the time he worked. So usually he worked up to 10 o'clock, but he worked till 12 o'clock midnight and he made 16 baskets. Then he went to bed and fell asleep. As he slept, he had a dream. In his dream, he saw the good fairy. Now, he was very tired because he worked extra time. As soon as he went to bed, he just slept. He just didn't wait to sleep. As soon as he went to the bed, as soon as he lay down, he quickly fell asleep. And then what happened? Yes, he saw a good fairy. He had a dream. In his dream, he saw a good fairy. So he was dreaming about a fairy. She smiled and said, in return for your kindness, I forgive all your past mistakes. So what did he dream? In his dream, a good fairy came and he said, whatever you have done till now, I forgive all that. Why is it that? Because he was very kind to the fairy. In return, I'm forgiving all your past, whatever you have done wrong, I forgive you all that, all your mistake. Children who love their parents and help them when they are sick get praise and love. Be good in future and you will be happy. So the fairy told, people who love and care for their parents, they will be blessed, they will be praised, they will be honored. So he has done a good deed by, yes, when the father was sick, he worked hard and he looked after the father. Moreover, he did one more kind thing. When fairy was not well, he gave money to the snail and asked snail to go and give that money. And that night he worked little more hard and he made 16 baskets. And he went to sleep. At that time only this dream is happening. So in the dream, a good fairy came and he said, whatever wrong you have done, forgiving all that because you have been good. Then the dream ended and Pinocchio woke up. A surprise awaited him. He was no longer a puppet, but a normal boy, just like others. He looked around, but instead of the straw walls of the cottage, he saw a lovely little room, beautifully decorated. So, when he got up after the dream, after the sleep, when he got up, he was no more a puppet, not a wooden toy. He became a real boy. What they say is a normal boy, just like others, just like any other children. He looked around, he looked all over around. Instead of the straw wall, he had the straw wall. This is the wall, straw. Straw means what, you know? The paddy, when it is dried, that plant, when it is dried, it is dried and it will become yellowish color. Then it is called straw. But instead of the straw walls of the cottage, it's a lovely little room, beautifully decorated. The room was decorated very well. Okay, now let's read through. He jumped out of the bed and found a pretty new suit, a new cap and a pair of boots lying beside him. At the side of him, he found all this. What is it? A pretty new suit, beautiful suit, cap, pair of boots. Yes, he had a boots lying beside him, at the side of him. He wore the new suit and put his hands in his pockets. He found a little purse on which these words were written. The fairy returns Pinocchio 2 shillings and thanks him for his good heart. Yes. So Pinocchio got the 2 shillings back because he has been good. Till there I am taking. The rest we will do it in the next class. Okay. So see you in the next class. Bye. Read the lesson. Okay.